Vibrant Ladies in the Waiting Room with Christy.
Keep watching Vibrant Ladies in the Waiting Room.
Our vision is empowering and encouraging single and married women in their waiting period.
Keep watching Vibrant Ladies in the Waiting Room with Christy.
For counseling, prayers, and sponsorship, contact 0803 112 2669 and 0809 424 2503.
Hello, you're most welcome to another episode of Vibrant Ladies in the Waiting Room with Christy. And today's episode is titled, Aspire to be the best of yourself. And of course, our scriptural verse is taken from Psalm chapter 139 verse 14, which says, I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well. Wow. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so when you aspire to be the best of you, that means you aspire to be the best version of yourself. You aspire to be the polished version of yourself. Why? Because God has created you so unique. You are so unique. You are so wonderful. That's why the scriptural verse I just read now, it says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And what are the tips we need to aspire to be the best of ourselves? Number one tip is self-confidence. Self-confidence. Self-confidence is having trust in yourself. Believing in yourself that you can achieve that dream. Believing in yourself that wishes, you can get it done. It will happen for you in the future. No matter the circumstances surrounding you, you must believe in yourself that you can, and definitely God will take you there. Self-confidence is very key. Self-confidence is very important. Do not allow anything to rob you of your self-confidence, no matter the situation and circumstances you go through. In the face of persecution, in the face of trial, in the face of turbulence, self-confidence is what you need. And of course, how can you be self-confident when you do not believe in yourself? When you believe in yourself, it's going to help your self-confidence. I've always told you that if people don't believe in you, there are only two people that need to believe in you. And who are those two people? I told you, number one, God. And number two is you. So if those two people can believe in you, you are good to go. But may I tell you that even if God believes in you, which of course you know God believes in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, it's going to hinder a lot of things. It won't help you to go far. That unbelief in yourself will not help you to go far. So you need to believe in yourself so that you can accomplish that feat, so that you can achieve those goals and objectives. Affirm yourself. Confess positively for yourself. Don't be discouraged about anything. When you believe in yourself, you are able to go far. So please, I beg you to believe in yourself. Because like I told you that if God believes in you and you don't believe in yourself, how will you get that project done? How will you go far in life when you don't believe in yourself? It means God commits something to your hand and you are looking for who will do it. Meanwhile, you are able to do it. God has already equipped you. All you need to do it, you have it. But because you don't believe in yourself, you keep yourself on a spot. And of course, what other tip do you need? Is be yourself. Be yourself. We are in a world where a lot of events, a lot of circumstances, a lot of challenges will tempt you to want to be like some other people. But you don't need to be like anybody else, because God has made you to be you. So you need to be yourself. The greatest achievement you can get is to be yourself. Being yourself is a key you need to open many doors when you are yourself. When you are yourself, when you be yourself, you become an original that God has made you to be. When you try to be like somebody else, you can only be the photocopy of that person. You can't be your very best self. Why? Because you are trying to duplicate somebody else. So when you are not yourself, you struggle to be like someone else. That means you don't even know who you are. And when you don't know who you are, you cannot be yourself. How can you know who you are? Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. What does it say? It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. I ordained thee. Open your Bible and read it so that it will sink properly. Open your Bible to Jeremiah chapter 1. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. God knows you even more than before you were born. God already ordained you. God already knew your name. God knows whom you are going to become, and He needs you to know it. He needs you to recognize it. He needs you to appreciate yourself. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, it says, before I formed thee in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to nation. Oh my God. Can you see the description God gave to you? It really means you are a king. You are a queen. No matter what, you may not look like it, but you are. So you need to know yourself to be able to be yourself. When you know yourself, it helps you a lot. When you know yourself, you can't be intimidated by anything, and no one can confuse you. When you know yourself, you are assertive. You are so confident about yourself, about whom you are. It helps you to build a healthy self-esteem. And of course, I want to talk to parents at this junction that parents need to help their children to build a healthy self-esteem. You need to pump courage and confidence into your children as they grow up. I remember when I was much younger in secondary school, my mom was able to identify that I'm going to become a public speaker. Because I remember when I was like 6 years old, I would gather children like me and I would tell everyone to sit down. I would tell them, this is church. Sometimes I just talk to them. I give them motivational talk. And I would say, hello everyone. I remember that wrapped exercise book was my microphone then. So when I was in secondary school, I said, at a particular time when I saw, some people who could play volleyball, basketball, I was almost carried away. And I'll be like, oh, I feel I should be a volleyballer, a footballer, And I was feeling somehow, they will play volleyball, they will even go to represent the school, and they will come with awards. So when I got home, I told my mom, and my mom said, you know what? You don't have to be like somebody else to be fulfilled, to be the best version of yourself. You need to strive to be your best self. And my mom told me that God has given you peculiar gifts that you need. And my mom told me that, you know, you are going to be a confident public speaker and a minister of the gospel. And she encouraged me. And she told me that you belong to Literary and Debating Society and Readers Club. So why don't you leverage on that to be your very best self? And she encouraged me, and I was happy to be myself. And since then, I never wanted to be like someone else. So parents, you need to help your children. Tell them you love them. Tell them you believe in them. And let them know it. You know, children, they watch. It's not just about what you say, but they watch you a lot. The practical aspect is very important. So if you are telling them, I love you, they want to see, they want to feel it. It must be palpable that indeed you love them. If you are telling them you believe in them, they want to really see that you believe in them. You know, it will help them. It will boost their self-confidence. So parents, you need to do that. Do you know why some children, they take advantage of them, of some children? It is because they never heard from their parents that I love you. But that is what you need to continuously tell your children, so that even when they hear it outside, it's not a big deal to them. So back to what I was saying, that you need to stay in your lane. When you don't stay in your lane and you end up in another person's lane, you'll be disqualified. Because when you are in another person's lane, you begin to struggle. You struggle to do what you do. Why? Because you are performing another person's assignment. And originally, that is not your own assignment. So stay in your lane so that you will not begin to struggle. When you stay in your lane, you are the best of yourself. But a lot of time, we end up in another person's lane and we don't even know it. You ask me how. I have done this several times. So I need you to also do it. It's very practical. And it will help you to be yourself. You won't struggle. Because you know what? God has created everyone differently. And with every peculiarities that you need is in you. God has endowed you with it. So don't try to be like someone else, because you are not genetically wired to be someone else. Can you pick up your jotter and your pen? And I need you to do something now. Now, when you go to the bank and you need to cash some money, the banker tells you to sign. And of course, you do what? You actually sign. You write the date, you sign. Why? Because your signature is peculiar. Without the signature, you will not be attended to. So I need you to sign. Just sign like you want to cash money in the bank. So having done that, have you done that? Okay, if you have done that, can you put the pen in the other hand? Put the pen in the other hand. Use the other hand, not the hand you used to sign now. I need you to use the other hand to do the same thing. So use that other hand to sign. Have you done it? All right. So, what was the experience? How did you feel using the other hand? Wow. That is what happened to you when you are not yourself. When you are trying to be like someone else, you begin to struggle. You don't do that thing perfectly well because you are doing it like somebody else. So try to be yourself. Did you find out that you were struggling to do it and you won't be able to do it properly? You are struggling to do it. Why? Because you are not wired. That hand is not wired to do it like the other hand. So I need you to be like yourself, to be your very best self. Be yourself, whom God has created you to be. Don't try to be like someone else. If you are a cook, don't try to be like a singer. If you are a singer, don't struggle to be a comedian, because that's not what you are wired to be. Be yourself. Be yourself. And that will help you to be your very self. And another thing is, I was going to tell you the other time that what are the things you need, so that it helps you to know who you are, to remain who you are and not to try to be like your friend, to be like someone else. What are you passionate about? Your lifestyle, your story, feedback you hear from people, your strengths, your talents. What are those things? Then you might need a therapist to help you through. If you ask yourself the questions, this thing I told you just now, it will help you to know who you are. And to help you to remain, to want to be the best version of yourself and not to be like someone else. You can imagine if Joseph was trying to be like somebody else. Joseph is a biblical character. He was a fantastic dreamer, a gifted dreamer. And that made him to stand before kings and before queens. While he was even in the prison, he kept telling himself that he was not going to end in the prison. He was sending a message to the king that tell the king about me. I like that. He was preparing himself. In other words, you need to prepare. Prepare yourself for tomorrow. If you do not prepare for tomorrow, you are planning to fail. So prepare yourself for glorious days ahead. Not that you are running up and down to pick one or two things and you are not ready. Another tip you need is diligence. Diligence. Whatsoever you do, you must do and do it properly. You must do it diligently well. You need to put finishing touches. Whatsoever you do, do it with a touch of excellence. That people will talk about it that, so. People can even refer to you and recommend you to others that, this person made this for me. I can boldly recommend you. But if you don't do it well, how will people recommend you? It will be difficult for people to recommend you. So whatsoever you do, you must do it with a touch of excellence and do it properly. So that diligence must be in place. Another thing is honesty. Honesty. Honesty is the best policy. If a task is committed into your hand, you must be honest about it. Don't throw honesty into the wind. Don't throw it away as if it does not matter. We are in a world where people will say it does not matter. We are in a world where people will laugh at you and ridicule you if you are honest. Please be honest. It may look like it's something that is not popular today, but tomorrow, the king, the queen, people that matter will send for you. Honesty will promote you. Honesty will make people to look for you. Honesty will get you that job. Honesty will get you that contract. If you are not honest, wow, your integrity is key. If people keep money with you, please don't touch people's money. And finally, you need God. Because it is God that will announce you. God himself will advertise you. God himself will send you helpers of destiny from the west, from the east, from the south, and from the north of the world. You need God. You need to go on your knees and pray to God. Well, you might tell me that all you need is just people, it's just destiny helpers. It's still God that will bring those destiny helpers you need across your way. So without God, you can't get there. But with God, that race will become so easy for you with grace. Grace from God. So the number one most important thing we need to be the very best of ourselves is God. So don't let's throw God out of the way, because it is important we are in tune with God. It is important we receive God into our life. So God is all that we need, and the journey will be smooth. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us.